Hey guys, welcome to Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, Trials and Tribulations. I'm here with Katie.
Hello.
If you have been watching and you watched my introductory video in the first games playlist, which please go do so. I poured a lot of time and effort into it, despite the fact that it's just, a slideshow video. You will remember that Trials and Tribulations was the first game I played. Because it was the time when Phoenix Wright was booming on the DS, and it was hard to find copies of anything, and I didn't know that the series came in order, and I was just like, I've heard these games are good, so this is the game I started with, so I have immense fondness for this game, and it is generally viewed, even by people who have other favorites, as pretty much the best in the series, out of all 6 entries, like main entries. Even with the duologies, actually. Out of all 10 games, people tend to say Trials and Tribulations is the best one. Have you heard that take?
I'm not... for the most part, yes, but yeah.
Yeah. I'm not talking about favorites, I'm just talking about, like, the best.
Yeah.
Because there's a difference between your favorite and the best.
I've heard some naysayers, but they are very few and far between.
They can catch my fucking hands, dude. So I have immense fondness for this game. I love this game. It is excellent. It deserves pretty much all the hype that it gets. It's excellent. And this is a 180 from where I was at the end of the last game, where I was like, I'm in it's complicated relationship. I'm just like, let's go!
Yeah, you were like, I definitely need a break.
Yeah, I felt so worn out. Catch these hands as skillfully as Miles caught that phone as Nick yeeted his Nokia across the courtroom. And then Miles said, we're in court, and hung up on Gumshoe.
Well, if there was ever a phone to yeet, it would be a Nokia.
Mm-hmm. Yokia. Fuck. Chat's off to a ripper start. Oh, man. So, Katie and I are super excited to get to this. And after we're done with this, doesn't mean that we're done. I promise you.
No.
I've got everything. I've got everything. Here, I'm queer, I'm ready to have a villain boner, let's go. I'm ready to be scared out of my fucking brains.
I'm here to have fun.
The big bad in this, scares me so much. So good. Rubbing my hands together. Just activating your asthmas. Okay, let's actually go. Oh, wait.
You hit continue, not...
Aren't I supposed to?
No.
No? New game?
New game.
I'm an idiot. Hello! It me!
Yes, let's continue from where we last left off.
Let's not!
Justice for all.
No! I've played that game so many times. Every time after I finish it, I'm like, I never want to play this game again. And then I go back to it like 2 years later, and I'm like, hello, old friend. How are you? And I get to turn about Big Top, and I'm like, I remember why I never wanted to play this game again. Alright. Trials and Tribulations, let's go! Also, I just want to say, this design of Mia's, because this is a different design, this design of Mia's is my favorite design. I much prefer this to her mentor design. Unpopular opinion, I think.
Yeah, I don't know.
Most people don't really talk about, like, Mia's outfits. They're just like, yeah, Mia, she's an HBIC, and I'm like, absolutely. But can we talk about her younger design? Because she looks fucking awesome. What's the underpiece that she has? I don't know fashion.
I mean, I'm pretty sure it's like a corset or just like a very fitted camisole.
I think it's like a corset because it looks like it like in the shots of her, it looks like it is like very rigid and restrictive and supportive. Yeah. So but I prefer this design actually because it really is like the corset cami thing that she wears as a mentor that like throws me the fuck off. Whereas this, she's just like this I would actually believe that she kind of has like a fitted something underneath.
Mhm.
Rather than, like, something stiff that's like, my tits are everywhere. She's just like, look, I'm just, like, casual. I'm comfortable and business. Thank you very much.
I mean, her tits are still out in full force, but...
You know what? When you've got big titties, as...
You're preaching to the choir on that one.
I know.
You're preaching to the priest.
I know. I was going to say, as two members of the Big Titty Committee, we both know that when you have big titties, they just can't be tamed or restrained.
No.
They do whatever they want. Hi, this is going on YouTube. We just admitted that to the world. That's on the internet now.
You know what? I've admitted that countless times to the world.
That's true. A member in the chat nodding. I'm not gonna call out who, but yeah, it's true. It's true. All right, so let's go. But your girls, her girls have nearly killed someone. She nearly gave someone a concussion with her girls. Her girls have nearly given her a concussion.
Yeah.
They're weapons.
They are.
It's very funny. So we agreed that we're actually going to voice this one. We normally don't voice the intros, but we are going to voice this one. I don't have a voice for that character, so I'm just going with it.
Just go with what it feels.
They don't really matter, so... I don't know which one of them that is. Or...
How did I get into this mess? Why? What did I do that?
That girl... You shouldn't see her anymore.
Hey, it's none of your business.
I'm telling you for your sake. If you continue to see her, it's gonna be bad news.
You're lying.
Just listen to me. There's something you need to know about that girl.
Stop it! Don't talk about her like that! It wasn't me. I didn't do it!
5 years earlier, Mia Fey, second trial. I would love to see a, people do like screenshot redraws all the time. I would love to see a screenshot redraw with Heterochromia Nick. I'm sure it's out there somewhere. It's probably out there somewhere, but like,
oh, yeah.
I haven't seen it, so I want to see it. Oh, April 11th. That was a few days ago.
Yeah.
Well, for us, not in 2020. This was in
2013, I think?
Yeah, something like that. There's an official Ace Attorney timeline, but I'm not going to go look it up.
It's finally time. I'm kind of nervous. Oh, Mr. Grossberg. Good morning.
His suit is red instead of orange. Hello, Grossberg. Ah, Mia, please calm yourself down. You're going to get yourself arrested for suspicious behavior, you know.
What are you talking about? I'm relaxed, Mr. Grossberg. Look at me. I'm relaxed.
I keep twitching my face around to emulate his mustache. I forgot this fucking badger was here. What? Am I the only one that likes Grossberg here? Or at least feels a modicum of pity for him? Like, oh my god. Damn. Also, oh my god, really quick, because this actually wasn't relevant until like I just saw Grossberg, because it just came out of my, it left my brain. There's a fantastic fanfic called The Miraculous Disappearance of Phoenix Wright. If you haven't played at least through game 5, don't read it, but it's very fucking good. Yeah, well, all right. Yes, Katie found it, refound it. I'll explain in the... I'll explain when we're not, like, recording why I, like, dropped it in the first couple of chapters, because it's a fantastic aspect. But that has the idea of Grossberg being a drunk, which explains the flask in his office, because he feels so guilty about what he did. And I was like, oh shit. Headcanon accepted. He drinks just to take the edge off because he feels so terrible about what he's done. And now that Mia's dead, that's even more reason for him to drink. Because he inadvertently got her killed. And he did not mean to. Let go of my lapels! You obviously haven't gotten the temperament to be a lawyer.
I'm so sorry. It's just that I'm so nervous today.
Oh, that's right. This is your first time in the big leagues, isn't it? Well, never you fret, my dear. I'm Marvin Grossberg. I'm at your service.
Actually, this is my second time in court.
Still, you surprised me, what with your earnest request last night. Let me handle this case, you suddenly said, and quite forcefully, too.
I just found out yesterday about the case, I mean.
What? And you've already learned all the relevant facts?
Well, about that, you see, I mean, of course I have, I think.
Oh, dear. In any case, don't let our client see you're so nervous. You see the poor young man in the pink sweater over there? Being comforted by his two parents? Yes, that's our client. Actually, has a veritable army of people.
Good morning there, everyone! Good morning. Try to keep smiling, Mia. I just wanted to say, I'll give it my all I got. Yep, it'll be fine, no problem. Oh, what's wrong? Do you have a cold or something, Mr. Wright?
Shonen anime protagonist Nick is one of my favorite Nicks. Oh, college-age Nick is the cutest.
So cute.
Actually, I think outdone by childhood Nick, but that's about it. Outdone by baby Nick, but that's really about it.
Actually, it's right. Like the Flying Brothers. People screw it up all the time. And yes, I have a cold. That's what this mask is for. The doc says this way I won't be giving it to anyone else. Be kind to others, he says. Right, Mr. Wright. You have nothing to fear in court today.
His mom's in the background yelling like, I taught you that first!
If you are truly innocent, I promise I will save you. Please let go of my shirt. That's right. He's the one on trial, not you. He's the one who should be nervous. You need to stay strong for your client, Mia. My name is Mia Fey, and I'm still pretty new to this lawyer thing. The first time I appeared in court was a year ago. But that trial traumatized me so badly, I thought I'd never set foot in another courtroom. It's been 1 year since then, and well, here I am again. But this time I'm going to win. For my client and for myself.
Yeah, get ready to see Mia take like 50 levels in badass like she wasn't already. So get ready to see her reach like 1,000,000% badass in this game. Court is now in session for the trial of Phoenix Wright. That's a name I'll never hear again, I'm sure.
The defense is ready, Your Honor.
The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense today is Ms. Mia Fey, was it?
Yes, Your Honor. Is there a problem?
I was under the impression that Marvin Grossberg was to be leading the defense.
Yes. Well, you see, Mr. Grossberg had a bit of an emergency.
Emergency? But isn't that him standing right there next to you?
He just got back. Yes, well...
You're just a rookie. Are you sure you can really handle this?
Don't let him scare you, Mia. Give him your toughest look. Of course, Your Honor. I think.
Well, Mr. Payne, your opening statement, please. Well. I can't believe a veteran like me has to spend his time babysitting a new defense lawyer. My God, look at the pomp. Poof.
Yeah.
Poof. 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 It's like so trancing. All right. Don't worry, little girl. It will all be over soon. He's compensating for something. Fuck.
What was that all about? Is he trying to trash talk me?
Now then, I'd like to proceed with a summary of events on the day in question. Chat, what are you talking about? I have a beautiful wife that I am happy to be with. I need to rephrase nothing. You want to talk about that popular headcanon? Because I love it.
Even a popular headcanon. This was just some individual's headcanon, and I fucking love it.
I love it too.
Of just Paige having this foxy black woman for a wife, and you know what? I am totally down for it.
I'm for it too, honestly.
I am so down for him having like a drop-dead gorgeous black woman for a wife.
Oh yeah. Who puts up with like none of his shit.
Mm.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, there goes chat. I know, I love it too. And I mean, he's mentioned having kids.
Yes.
So he's mentioned being married and having kids. He's not the problem.
No.
And that's all I'm gonna say. Because for a long time, you're like, oh. Actually, up until recently, I was like... Nick,
pretty much.
Nick, what do you see in a guy like that? The bombshell. He makes me laugh. That's the most important thing.
Yeah.
She's just this foxy, older black lady. And she just loves her hubby. Thank you, Jessica Rabbit. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I love that. But no, pain is not the problem. I actually spent until recently being like, God, you know, Winston, pain in my ass. And like, yeah, he's still a pain in my ass, but like, of his entire family line, he's like the least problematic.
Yeah.
We're gonna meet the most problematic. And I will point them out. The incident occurred on the campus of Ivy University. The murder victim was a student named Doug Swallow. He was a fourth-year student studying pharmacology. It sounds like he was a very bright young man. Yes, well, we have a photo taken at the scene of the crime. Students discovered the scene shortly after the murder. They found the victim's body, and the defendant, who had obviously bungled his getaway. They then called the police. What a Doug Swallow, god damn it. That certainly makes the defendant look very suspicious indeed. Very well. The court accepts this photo into the record as evidence. And by the way, I can't quite tell the cause of death from this photo. Your reputation for sagacity is well earned, Your Honor. The truth is that this victim died a rather unusual death.
An unusual death?
What do you mean, Mr. Payne? Well, excuse me. There seems to be a cold going around. Perhaps the defense would like to take this question.
No. Huh?
A simple question. I thought I might loosen you up a bit. I am a genteel man, if you will.
A what? Stand up to him, Mia. Show him what you're made of.
Ah, a perfect opportunity. Well, what was it? The cause, go on. Please say you at least know this much.
I'm so sorry. I didn't get a chance to read through the whole file.
Really? My girl, the cause of death?
I know.
Oh, my hemorrhoids are beginning to act up. Now see here. The details of the case are filed under the court record. But you knew that already, didn't you? I mean, it's in your briefcase.
Yes.
You do have your briefcase, yes?
Yes, it's right here.
Okay. Come to think of it, you nearly accidentally smacked that young man with it. Yes, yes.
Yes, that's just right here in my briefcase. I'm not pressing any buttons. Why would I do that?
What are you talking about? Are you sick with a cold, Mia?
I think so.
Do you want me to take the trial?
No, I've got this.
Okay. All the weapons we need can be found in the court record. How are you doing that with your human mouth? So I said I keep twitching my face. Take a good hard look at the data there and think carefully before you answer, my dear.
Yes, sir. I'll do just that. I've got to stay calm. I can't let the prosecutor get the better of me. The court record. Okay, let's take a look.
Our attorney's badge. First and last time Mia wore it was a year ago. The autopsy report and the crime scene that took place behind one of the IVU buildings. The date and time of the death was April 9th at 3 p.m. The cause of death was a fatal electric shock. Y'all maybe start saying shit like that when we play Dagyakten. You can look around using the eyes the gods gave you at the moment of your birth. Do I really need to explain this to you? That was just an impromptu one. I don't actually have a voice for her yet. Now then, would the attorney for the defense please answer the question? What was the cause of death?
According to the court record, it was fatal electric shock. In other words, electrocution.
Electrocution? But how could such a thing happen? Did the murderer use some type of new, super powerful stun gun, perhaps? Don't worry, he'll be getting hit with one of those in, like, fucking 3-4 years. The answer to that will become crystal clear as this trial proceeds, Your Honor. But before that, there is one more vital issue.
What's that?
Why, motive, of course. Apparently, there was some bad blood between the victim and the defendant. Bad blood?
What do you mean?
Oopsie, I'm terribly sorry. You're the defense attorney, so you must know all about it. I shouldn't be stealing your spotlight like this.
I really don't like this guy's smug attitude.
That's Winston Payne for you. He's one smooth operator, if you catch my drift. They don't call him the rookie killer for nothing, you know. Now then, let's hear from the defense. What was the source of the bad blood between the victim and the defendant? And this time, I would like to see some supporting evidence.
Evidence?
No need to get all worked up over this. As I said, all of our weapons can be found in the court record. Find the evidence you'll need and then shove it in old Greybeard's face.
Yes, sir. into old Greybeard's face.
Mr. Grossberg. Try to set a better example for the young lady. Mia, evidence isn't the only thing in court records. People's profiles are as well. Until you talk about Aji like that, yeah, I know, right? That's right, we can still present profiles, which is something I'm so upset that they took away. Marvin Grossberg, age 61, my superior and the head of Grossberg Law Offices. Okay, yeah, 3 years later is when Nick is the events of the first game for Nick. Phoenix Wright, age 21, my client, a third-year art student at Ivy University. He currently has a cold. Doug Swallow, age 22, the victim. He was a fourth-year pharmacology student at Ivy University. Dahlia Hawthorne, age 20, Phoenix Wright's girlfriend, dated the victim Doug Swallow up until 8 months ago. Winston Payne, age 49. He kind of looks like he's doing like a nya face here.
Yeah, I always thought that he just looks like he has a kitty face.
You know, like nya.
God damn it.
The prosecutor for this trial, a veteran lawyer with a little too much confidence. You can, you know, look between the profiles and the evidence, so be sure to go over it all. His wife, stop it. Now then, let's see what you've got. What was the cause of the bad blood between Phoenix Wright and the victim?
This bitch.
I want to say something that a friend that you introduced me to said to me once as sage advice, but it is also not appropriate for consumption for public parties. But you know exactly what he said.
Yep. The reason for the bad blood between the two of them was this woman here.
Dahlia Hawthorne, is it? Very good, Miss Faye. You seem to have picked up on at least this much. This woman is the girlfriend of the defendant, Phoenix Wright. But up until about 8 months ago, she was with the victim, Mr. Swallow. Clearly, she has some part to play in this story. I thought his name was Swallow at first.
Nope.
Really?
Nope.
Has it always been Doug Swallow?
Yep.
I thought it was Doug Swallow for a while. Oh my god. Okay. Wow. Alright. He's done it again. Before the cross-examination starts, he's already got the judge thinking like he wants. Very well, Mr. Payne. Please call your first witness. If it pleases the court, the prosecution would like to call Mr. Phoenix Wright. What? The defendant himself? Well, Miss Faye?
It's fine. After all, Mr. Wright is innocent, right?
From the gallery, just here. You're damn right!
The defense has no objection.
Very well. The court calls Mr. Phoenix Wright to the witness stand. Oh my god, look at that cutie pie. Look at that cute face.
I love him.
Oh, witness, please state your name and occupation.
Oh, yes. My name is Phoenix Wright. My job is, well, right now, I guess I'm a suspect.
Hold your head up, sweetie!
Look at that little face. Look at that sprite. I love him.
No. He means what he did. He means what did you do before you were arrested?
I was a university student.
Mr. Wright, you understand that you are suspected in the death of your fellow student, Doug Swallow.
But I didn't do it! I'm innocent, I tell you! I'm telling you I was...
Would the defendant please refrain from passing on his cold to the rest of us? It seems the witness has something he wants to say. Well then, Mr. Wright. Please tell us about your relation to the victim.
Right away, Your Honor.
Look at how... Objection leading the witness. Not actually how that works. Yeah, no, it's not. But look at how his breathing makes his like little nose twitch.
No.
We get to see young
the
versions.
sniffles.
We get to see the young versions of quite a few characters in this.
Yeah.
But there's one I'm super excited for.
Oh God, yes, you are.
Oh my God. I'm so excited to get to case 4. Bruh.
I admit I was there. But I'm not the killer. All I did was find his body. I hardly knew the guy to begin with. I never talked to that stuck-up British wannabe.
Doug's ghost is like, when the fuck did I sound British? I was just telling you to stay away from that bitch. What? I see. So you hardly knew the victim.
Right. Like I said, I'm not a killer. Or the killer. It looks like the judge understands.
You're being naive, you know. Too naive.
Huh?
It seems that you've forgotten one small thing, young lady.
And that would be?
This witness still has to undergo something called cross-examination.
Cross-examination?
He's right, and it's the defense's duty to carry out the cross-examination. The purpose is to determine if a witness's testimony contains any contradictions.
Contradictions?
If a witness is lying, their statements will conflict with the court record.
But Mr. Wright is my client.
Even if he is your client, in court, all lies must be struck down. As a lawyer, that is your duty, you see.
What does he mean by that? Is he saying that testimony just now? There was a lie? A contradiction?
Now then, your cross-examination, if you please, Miss Fay.
Please, Mr. Wright, tell me you haven't been lying.
Oh, we already know from the opening cutscene he has been.
You wouldn't do that to me, would you?
At the end of this case, remind me to tell you about my favorite demotivational poster that comes from a piece of official artwork.
Oh, I'll try.
Okay.
I'll try. When you say there, you mean the place where the victim was murdered? Yeah, sort of. The place where something happened, anyway.
Something? You can't hide what happened. We have photographic evidence.
Anyway, Mr. Wright, what were you doing at the scene of the crime? I thought you said you didn't know the victim, Mr. Swallow. It was just a coincidence. We bumped into each other by accident.
Coincidence, huh? I know why I thought it was Swallow. I've just had Pokemon on the brain. Alright. We're good. We're all good. Mystery solved.
Has it been haunting you this entire time?
Yes.
Oh my god.
It absolutely has been. Raise your hand if you're surprised. Look. I found some really cool Pokemon fan games. Shh.
You say you found the body. So who called the police? Huh?
Unfortunately, it was some other students that notified the police. Other students? That's correct. They were witnesses. Witnesses who saw the defendant standing there, next to the body, in shock. I have to say, I love that pose.
Mm-hmm.
Of Nyx. Good boy. What? Is this true, Mr. Wright?
Could you stop sneezing every time you're in a bind? Well, it's true that I was pretty shocked when I found the body. But I... So, you didn't know his face or even his name, right? Right. Well, no, that is, I mean... So, which is it? Did you know him or not?
Now see here, you can't avoid answering the question by sneezing all day.
Well, I guess I did know his name. News to me. Why didn't you tell me that before? I heard he used to date Ollie.
Who is this Dolly person? Yes, that would be the defendant's lover, Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. Oh, I see. Ah, young love. So bittersweet.
But that's all I knew about him. Mr. Wright, are you stating the following in your testimony? I hardly knew the guy to begin with. That's right. I mean, why would I ever even... But that doesn't sound right. If you hardly knew him, then why would you say the victim was a stuck-up British wannabe? Well, Mr. Wright?
When you did that sneeze, it sounded like you hit your mic.
No.
It sounded like you sneezed so hard you hit your mic.
No. No, it wasn't me. I'm not a killer, I swear.
Mr. Wright, I will give you an opportunity to revise your testimony. How is it that you knew the victim was, as you put it, a British wannabe? The opening dialogue, he didn't even sound British.
Yes. You heard that?
Never mind.
Oh.
Fate has much in store for you.
Oh, well...
Gaze into the badger and forget. I'm so glad we just fucking improv'd him making a Faustian bargain with the judge, because that now rules his the entire timeline. Including the past. Jesus Christ. Aji's more powerful than we can ever hope to contain. That's why he never ages. He has different powers than Old Bag, but neither of them age.
He was always walking around with a huge Union Jack on the back of his shirt. Did you see that at the crime scene? The Union Jack, I mean. Yes, that's right. I saw it at the crime scene. That's why I figured he must love British stuff, see? It's true. Cross my heart. I swear I didn't do it! He's acting fishier than the salmon I ate last night.
May I ask you something, Miss Faye? Aji's the elemental avatar of order. Old Bag is the elemental avatar of chaos, so it is written.
Yes, Your Honor. What is it now?
Who is this person anyway? This Union Jack fellow. Oh, Udgy, come on. You're old enough to know that. The Union Jack is the symbol of the United Kingdom's flag. Oh, I see. So you mean like the stars and stripes, right? As usual, Your Honor, your insight astounds me.
Kiss ass. Hey, something just occurred to me.
Let Mia face swear. Oh my god, I would love to hear Mia Fey just go kiss ass. Yes! We got the first one. We got the first Kazi cackle. Yes! Let Mia say fuck, exactly.
Isn't there something strange about this bit just now?
Mia, there's a contradiction here.
Mr. Grossberg.
Quickly now, show that boy you mean business. With evidence, I mean.
Okay, Mia, check the court record carefully.
Well, my dear, do you think you can manage on your own from this point?
1 year ago, I was in a courtroom just like this. I can do it. I can handle this myself.
You mustn't try to bite off more than you can chew, Mia.
I'll be fine. I know what I have to do.
Remember, you can always press him to get more information. Oh, and one more thing. When you're going to state a contradiction, make sure you present some definitive proof.
Okay, Mia, one more time from the very beginning of his testimony.
Alright. Too bad Doug was wearing a jacket.
Alright, sweetie. Time to show you that you're lying.
Objection!
Are you certain you saw the Union Jack? Yeah, I'm sure. It was right there on his back.
Miss Fey, is there some point to this line of questioning?
Your Honor, please take another look at the crime scene photo. As you can see, there's absolutely nothing on the victim's back. Hey, wait a minute. He's wearing a leather jacket. The Union Jack is on the back of his t-shirt he was wearing. I was under the impression that you accidentally came across the body. But if that was really the case, then why would you, then you wouldn't know that, would you? You'd have no idea at all what he was wearing underneath that jacket. Mr. Wright, you've been lying to me. But please forgive me.
But, Mia, you made our client cry.
Let him. That P on his shirt doesn't stand for pussy. Doesn't stand for Phoenix anyways. For pussy.
You pretty much just said it.
This stream is not for children.
No.
Okay.
Oh. You literally had a Freudian slip.
I did. I just fucking rolled with it. I knew the joke I wanted to make, and I just jumped ahead of myself on it.
Doesn't stand for pussy. I mean Phoenix anyways. Fuck me. Oh god, I'm so glad I'm not going for monetization of any kind.
Doesn't stand for Phoenix anyway.
Oh.
Stands for pussy.
I love that that's also just like the canon implication too. That Mia's just straight up calling him that. It's like, oh my god, Mia, damn.
Straight for the jugular.
I want everyone to keep in mind, this was my first ever Ace Attorney case, alright? Just as we keep going, I was like, isn't Phoenix Wright the main character? Isn't he the lawyer? Why is he on trial for murder? I'm so confused. Why is he crying? I thought he was the one yelling objection. Oh my god, did she just call him a pussy? There is one line in particular that where I was like, I love this game, and it is in this trial. Oh my god. Oh, I'm like crying. I just want everyone to keep in mind that this was my first ever Ace Attorney trial. What the fuck? Oh my god. Mia, please. Mia can't be contained. She can astral project whatever the fuck she wants.
I can't believe I trusted him. Mr. Wright was all wrong.
That was an impressive bit of cross-examination. Thank you for uncovering the defendant's lies for me. It's quite clear that this man simply did not stumble upon the scene of the crime. Nick?
I just did it, but okay.
Oh, I didn't hear it. There we go. There's the death rattle.
Uh-oh. Did I go too far?
Yes, you yelled that he was a pussy. His mother is now trying to get down to the gallery to play catch these down from the gallery to play catch these hands with you, Mia.
His father, Larry, and his roommate are stopping her.
Yeah, and it's taking all three of them. By the way, Mr. Wright, you seem to have had a rather bad cold. Have you taken any medicine for it?
Yeah, I took some, but...
Was the medicine that you took an over-the-counter brand called Cold Killer X? Hey, we've seen that before.
Yeah, that's right. Kills colds good. Hey, wait a second. How did you know I'm a big fan of Cold Killer X?
Would you happen to have that medicine with you right now?
Well, actually, I seem to have lost it somewhere. He lost it? Does this have anything to do with the case?
Mr. Wright, shall I tell you where your cold medicine is right now?
Huh?
Your Honor, I'd like you to take another photo from the crime scene. Take a look at it, rather. What's this? In the victim's hand, it's Cold Killer X.
Objection!
Yes, but even I've got a Cold Killer X in my apartment.
I'm sorry, but I'm afraid that argument won't work. There's no doubt as to who this bottle of Cold Killer X belongs to, especially since Mr. Wright's fingerprints are all over it.
What?
Sensing his murderous intent, Mr. Swallow must have picked up the bottle of medicine, dropped by Mr. Wright, and hid it in his hand. His purpose in doing so can only have been to identify his killer as Phoenix Wright.
Stupid. Makes no sense.
Order in the court. Defense, calm down.
Sorry, Your Honor.
Your Honor, I'd like to present this photo and bottle as evidence. Very well. The court will accept them into the record. Crime photo number 2. The victim's watch stopped at the time of death. Cold Killer X found clutched in the victim's hand, covered in Wright's fingerprints. Right, we did see Cold Killer X earlier in the trilogy, I think, or it was at least mentioned.
It was mentioned, I believe.
Yeah, or you could inspect a background and oh my god. I just saw something super cursed. You could inspect the background and like Nick mentions it or something like that. He's like, oh, there's a bottle of Cold Killer X. Jesus Christ. If anyone wants to see something cursed, Google Grossberg without his mustache. Also, the victim's wristwatch was broken. Broken? Yes, it ceased functioning when a large wave of electricity passed through it. Well, Mr. Wright, do you have some kind of explanation for all this?
This is really bad.
Oh, my buttocks, my poor, poor hemorrhoids.
The truth is, I went because he called me. He was in the pharmacology department, so we agreed to meet at 2:45 behind that building. We talked for a bit, and then at around 3, we split up. Then later, I went back. I found him lying there. I had been taking Cold Killer X for at least 2 or 3 days. But I lost my bottle of it around lunchtime that day, the day of the accident.
Look at its happy little smile. Mr. Wright, that's completely different from the testimony you gave previously.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. I was afraid you wouldn't believe the truth.
You'll forgive me if I say I hardly find your current testimony any more credible. Miss Fay, please begin your cross-examination.
Oh, please, Mr. Wright, don't tell any more lies. Had you ever met the victim before then? No, never. But that day, he called me up and told me he wanted to talk about Dolly.
And this Dolly person is...
It's kind of embarrassing. She's my, sweetheart.
Nick, you're a bisexual icon and I love you. Just let me hug you forever. Oof. What was that for, Mia?
Oh, I am so sorry. I just felt like slapping something all of a sudden.
So why was it me?
I don't know.
Dahlia Hawthorne was also the lover of the murder victim, Doug Swallow. Before she met Mr. Wright, that is. So it was one of those nasty love triangles, I see. My wife loved those books. Trashy romance books with all these love triangles. Don't understand it.
Not many people do.
A lot of people do. There's one.
Yeah,
there's one. There's no love.
I'm trying to hide my guilt.
There's one. There's one that doesn't have a love. As far as I know, doesn't have a love triangle. It's a terrible book. It's a terrible romance book, ebook at least, called Troll, about this girl falling in love with an internet troll who like insults her and breaks into her apartment and everything. It's really weird and creepy. Thank you, Jenny Nicholson, for reviewing it, because I wouldn't have the stomach to. It made her so uncomfortable. Jesus Christ. No, I'm sure Homestuck is better than that. I promise you. I don't know anything about Homestuck, and I can promise you it's better than that. Because this was written by, like, a woman in her 40s. The main character was 21 years old and didn't, like, barely knew what the internet was. Oh, man.
Was it Mr. Swallow who incited? Was it Mr. Swallow who enticed you to? Wow, I cannot fucking read. God, why am I having trouble with this goddamn word?
I'm just now imagining.
Indicated. Jesus fuck.
Grossberg staring at Mia like, My dear. Like, imagine that outburst from Mia.
Was it Mr. Swallow who indicated you should meet at 2:45? Shut up.
No, I just want to tell you I had Doug. I just had the fucking mental image of Doug Swallow in his fucking leather jacket, like, slowly unbuttoning it.
I will hang up this call. I will leave you to voice everything on your own.
Oh, you're too excited to voice a character, or he won't. Oh, my stomach.
I'll come back just in time. Yeah, and we were both there right on time.
You said the victim was in the pharmacology department, correct?
Yeah, he was studying how to manufacture and improve pharmaceuticals. Everyone called him the alchemist of IVU.
As long as he didn't make a chimera, we're good. An alchemist, I see.
Gotta admit, it was a little suspicious. He had a whole laboratory and everything. It was filled with chemicals and strange machines that run on high voltage electricity.
Oh, how fascinating. He sounds like he was quite an ambitious young man.
What do I do? Maybe I should ask him for some more details? I was wondering if you could tell us a bit more about the pharmaceutical department. Well, okay, sure. I don't know all that much of it, though. A little bit earlier in your testimony, you said something interesting. You said that the department used strange machines that ran on high voltage electricity. That's right. And they sure look dangerous. They use non-standard voltage, so there are high voltage cables everywhere. High voltage cables? Yeah, there was an electrical pole set up around the building. The high voltage cables ran overhead around the roof. Finally, I think we're getting somewhere.
Now we're gonna ask about the other thing.
So you are absolutely certain that you met at 2:45? Yeah, pretty sure. That's the time class ended. But they're always doing experiments, so it doesn't matter much. Experiments? Yeah. Those pharmacology guys are always in the labs whipping up something. Well, it looks like he's right about the time anyway.
Witness, let's go on with your testimony.
So what was it that you were talking about? You know, maybe we should hang out again sometime? Hang out again sometime? I wish that were true. So you say you went back? Yeah, that's when I found the body. Yes, but why did you go back in the first place? Weren't you angry with him? Well, that's right. I was. Then why, Mr. Wright? Why did you go back there? I thought maybe we could make... Judging by the atmosphere, I'm pretty sure no one is buying this. It's rather unusual to catch a cold at this time of year, isn't it?
Yeah, I always get a little careless when the weather starts to warm up. I guess I shouldn't sleep with my windows open this early in the spring, huh?
I suppose common sense is not always common. So, did anyone else know that you were taking cold medicine?
Well, I always took one after meals. So, I'm pretty sure all my friends knew about it.
On the day of the incident, what did you do for lunch?
Huh? What does that have to do with anything?
You can never be too sure.
I always eat with Dolly. Just the two of us. Dolly's homemade lunches are just the greatest. Her mini omelets are magically delicious.
Why did you punch me in the jaw?
Oh, I am so sorry. I just felt like hurting someone all of a sudden.
Oh, my dear, I realize you have some unresolved issues, but please don't take them out on
I am
me.
so sorry.
Oh, goodness. I feel sorry for your exes. Ow. Awkward silence. There's just that as Mia thinks of Lana and then her last ex.
Yeah, especially her last.
Yeah, well, Grossberg wasn't talking about her last one. He's nicer than that because he shows concern. He shows concern about the last one in this case.
Yes.
I think that's enough for now. So the defendant and the victim met at approximately the time of his death. And then the defendant returned to the scene for some unknown reason. I'm not entirely convinced by his explanation about the medicine bottle either. Let me be frank here, Mr. Wright. Your testimony cannot be trusted.
What do you mean?
I knew it was too much work for a little girl. However, there is one mystery that still remains. There is, Your Honor. How the murder was carried out, of course. Just how was the victim electrocuted? I don't believe the murder weapon has been produced yet, correct? Well, that is, you are correct, Your Honor.
So, how exactly was Mr. Swallow killed? If I could somehow establish how it was done, maybe I could still come out of this mess smelling like a rose.
Well, can you establish it, Mia?
I think we can. Your Honor,
Yes, Miss Faye?
I believe that if we were to piece together everything we've heard up until now, we should be able to solve the mystery of how Mr. Swallow died.
That would be most impressive. Quite the brass statement coming from a rookie. But even a beginner like you must understand the basic rules of the court, yes? An attorney must be able to substantiate their arguments with evidence.
Of course I know that! Actually, I had totally forgotten about that.
Now then, Miss Faye, let me see what you've got. Show me how you believe the victim was electrocuted. Let's look at that first photo. Look at that live wire.
Mm-hmm. As for the cause of death, I'd say this picture captures it quite well.
What? But there's nothing that even remotely resembles a murder weapon here. I'm afraid the defense is going to have to explain this in a bit more detail. Miss Faye, where exactly in this photo is the murder weapon? That... right there. Right there.
Well, naturally, it's right here.
That's... What is that?
A severed electrical cable, I believe, Your Honor. Remember the testimony we've heard? The machines in the pharmacology department used by their students used in their experiments require high voltage. And because of that, there are special high voltage cables strung up everywhere.
So then, the high voltage cable...
Yes, the high voltage cable is the cause of death. That is the most likely explanation.
That certainly sounds plausible. Well, Mr. Payne, what do you have to say about this? Well, I believe some praise is in order.
Don't toy with me, old man.
Now, the victim's cause of death may indeed have been a high voltage cable. However, I want you to think about what that really implies. The only one who had the opportunity to use the cable as a murder weapon was... the defendant. That much is certainly true. Yes, and that's not all. We have proof. Irrefutable proof that will establish that Mr. Wright was the murderer. You do? Well, what is it? His fingerprints. Fingerprints? You mean that the defendant's fingerprints were on something besides the medicine bottle? Let's take another look at the crime scene photo. As you can see, the victim is wearing a leather jacket. And as you may know, leather holds fingerprints quite well.
You mean?
Yes, it was quite clearly imprinted on the chest area of the victim's jacket. The palm print of the defendant's very own hand. What? I can only think of one way Mr. Wright could have left a print like that. Intent on murder, he squarely pushed the victim towards the severed electrical cable. Order! That's enough. I think we can conclude there's no reason to continue with this cross-examination. Stick a fork in us, we're done.
Mr. Grossberg?
My hemorrhoids never lie. The show is over, Mia. I knew that boy was guilty the first time I saw him.
No, you're wrong. Mr. Wright is innocent.
And no further evidence is required to convince me of this man's guilt.
Your Honor?
At this time, I am prepared to render a verdict in this case.
Hold it!
Do you have something further to add, Miss Faye?
Is this what you want, Mr. Wright? You still haven't told us the truth. The whole truth. If you don't say something now, the judge is going to hand down his verdict.
But I can't. I just can't say it. If I told you what really happened, then I'd be...
It's okay, Mr. Wright. I'm your attorney. You can trust me.
Hey.
Look at his little face.
I know.
No matter what it is you have to say, I believe in you and I will represent you to the very end.
We've already established the defendant's guilt. There's no further need for him to say anything.
Wait a minute.
Mr. Wright?
I'll tell you what really happened.
But I've already told you, Mr. Wright. There's no need for further...
I did it. I admit it. I pushed him. It's my fault. My fault that Doug Swallow is dead.
That girl, you shouldn't see her anymore.
Hey, it's none of your business.
I'm telling you for your sake. If you continue to see her, it's gonna be bad news.
You're lying.
Just listen to me. There's something you need to know about that girl.
Stop it. Don't talk about her like that.
What you just said, was that the truth?
Yes, I was afraid that if I told the truth, everyone would think I was the murderer for sure.
Well, as things currently stand, we're all absolutely convinced that you are.
Please give me one more chance to explain. This time, I swear I'll tell the whole truth. It'll be okay, won't it, Miss Faye? I believe in you.
Oh, thank you. I still can't believe it. He really did push the victim.
It feels like my hemorrhoids are doing the Harlem Shake.
That guy, he was talking bad about Dolly. I lost my temper and gave him a shove. At that moment, I heard some kind of loud noise. A little while after I left, I started to get worried. So I went back, but he was just lying there, dead.
Well, the explanation is really quite simple. When you pushed him, Mr. Swallow flew back and touched the electrical cable. He died from the shock, and that, as they say, is that. A simple explanation indeed. At the time of the incident, a light rain had been falling. Wet from the rain, the victim was more easily electrocuted.
But... when I pushed him, there weren't any electrical cables nearby. If there had been something like that, even I would have noticed it.
That's true. Even a doofus like him couldn't have missed that.
Miss Faye. Let me warn you right now that if your cross-examination doesn't yield any new facts, I intend to deliver my verdict without further delay. Are we clear on that?
Yes, Your Honor. Don't give up, Mia. If he is innocent, there must be some kind of evidence somewhere that will prove it.
Also just doofus.
It's
Kind of apt.
he's such a doofus.
So, what kind of things did Mr. Swallow say to you?
He said all sorts of terrible things about Dolly. He said that she was a bad girl.
His mom's in the fucking gallery just face palming.
Both his parents are you kidding me?
Just smacking their faces like, what? Oh my god. What is she, a fucking dog? I mean, my brain went the kinkier way, so...
Yeah, same.
Oh, man. Go ahead and voice that.
Not in the kinky way.
Further,
Are you happy?
Further face planting from his parents. I was thinking the exact same thing, chat. So, I mean, it's cool. Is that all?
Yep.
Well, Miss Faye, you heard him yourself.
Oh boy. You're not doing yourself any favors here, Mr. Wright. Please don't make this harder on me than it already is. Anyway, after he said that, I just...
Alright, I gotta say, every time Nick's mask flies in his eyes, I wince. And I always have, because I'm like, there's snot on that mask. And that's just going right in his eyes.
It's smacking right in between his eyes, are you kidding me?
Oh, it's so gross, Nick.
Oh, poor sweetie. Can you tell me about what happened in a little more detail? That guy, he just said what he wanted to say to me. And then he put on the jacket he was holding and started to leave. That's when I lost my temper and flew into a furious frenzy. If that's him being frenzied, that's adorable.
I know.
I just gave him a light, gentle shove to the chest.
That knocked him over completely.
Knocked him over completely. Still, if that's a frenzy, that's adorable.
I know.
And when you did that, there was no severed cables anywhere to be seen. Right. There was nothing like that at all.
But is it possible that you merely overlooked it?
Well, I guess it's possible. What are you doing? Don't let that guy steamroll over you like cheap asphalt.
I believe what's important here is the moment that the push occurred. Let's continue on with the testimony, witness.
A loud noise. And what would you say that the noise was, Mr. Wright? I'm not sure, but it was really loud. It was like, stop! You know, come to think of it, I wonder what that was.
Clearly, Your Honor, it was the sound of the victim being electrocuted.
You're not qualified to decide that. What should I do? I'm treading on some dangerous ground here. Ask for more details. Mr. Wright, that loud noise you heard may have been extremely important.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of wigging out. I do this every time I play these cases, but it's more evident on the HD version. Mia's other eye, like not the one facing us, but the one a little bit farther away, is freaking me out.
Why?
Because it looks like it's like bulging out of her head.
Oh my god, because of how her hair is laying.
Yeah. I know it's proper and everything. It's freaking me out. It looks like an insect eye. Because it's just all brown. Duh.
My Brooklyn?
Brooklyn?
I haven't been doing a Brooklyn accent.
She's been doing, a stuffy Nick.
A very stuffy Nick.
If anything, I'm the one that sounds semi-Brooklyn with, Gummy. Oh, okay. Okay.
Oh. Okay.
Oh my god, now that
I
that
didn't
just
even
kicked
notice,
in.
so.
No, now that that just kicked in, that's fantastic. Because
I did.
Gummy wouldn't even be mad about it,
No.
considering who it is.
Mm.
He would just be like, "Aw, pal, you want to be like me?"
So try and remember what it was.
How do I put it? It was like a sharp crack. Ah! It could it have been?
Yes, could it have been? Hurry up and tell us.
When I pushed him, he dropped the umbrella he was holding. He fell right on top of it and it broke. That was probably the noise I heard.
An umbrella, huh? And did that umbrella belong to the victim?
Yeah, it was a plastic umbrella. Cheap and frail, kinda like the owner.
Nick!
Then again, I wish I had any kind of umbrella. I was totally soaked to the bone.
Miss Faye, what do you think? Is there something important in that testimony just now?
Well... Of course it's important. This is it, Mia. The new information you've been waiting for. Of course it's important. No, this cheap umbrella is more than important. It's vital. I want to officially have this entered into his testimony.
How perfectly fitting. Flimsy information for a flimsy lawyer. The court agrees to the defense's request. Witness, please add the bit about the cheap umbrella to your testimony.
After I shoved him, he fell down on top of his cheap umbrella.
So, Mr. Swallow fell on top of his umbrella. Are you certain of this?
Yeah, it was right there under him. Actually, if it hadn't been under him, I was planning on borrowing it for myself.
Nick! You're admitting to fucking larceny.
Oh my god, Nick. The umbrella, you mean?
Well, yeah, you see, I was wearing the sweater here. Holly stayed up late for nights at a time knitting it for me. I didn't want the rain to dampen the handmade symbol of her love.
Oh, my stomach is not to be used as your personal soccer ball, Mia.
I am so sorry.
Continue on with your testimony, witness. Will the defense please stop hitting her co-counsel? My goodness.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. I can't help it. After you shoved the victim, did you leave the scene right away?
Yes, I did. I admit it. I was furious.
You left without even checking Mr. Swallow's condition.
Well, yeah. Like I said, I got worried about him later.
Okay. Sometimes when the judge threatens things. Sometimes.
He is truthful about them.
Yeah, so we're just gonna...
At the time, did you see anyone else at the scene of the crime? Nope, nobody. Jeez, could that stupid cough possibly sound any phonier?
In that case, it's very hard to believe someone else could have been the murderer. Unless we can find something that shows his innocence from that testimony, my dear. I'm afraid the judge will make his final decision with no remorse whatsoever.
Yes, sir. Right now, I need more info. Info that will help me turn up some contradictions.
Alright. But...
I think it's the next statement, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Because this is the new one.
Oh, yeah, then...
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the...
Yeah, this is the new one. Oh, god damn it.
We're both dumb.
You messed with my mojo. There we go. Back. Present. Yeah. There's no umbrella under him. There's one over there.
Yeah.
Objection!
Why didn't you testify about the umbrella from the very beginning? Come on. If I had mentioned that... I would have been able to counter the prosecution's argument earlier.
What do you mean by that?
Take another look at the crime scene photo. According to Mr. Wright, the victim fell on top of his umbrella. However, if you look closely, the umbrella is nowhere near the victim. Actually, it's by the electrical pole.
You're absolutely right.
The conclusion here is obvious. After the defendant left, the victim moved from where he had fell. In other words, after he was pushed by the defendant, Mr. Swallow was still alive.
No! Order! The victim, he moved? Mr. Payne, the umbrella in this photo, where is it now? Well, it was collected by the police at the crime scene. I want it presented as evidence immediately. Umbrella, owned by the victim, found broken near an electrical pole at the crime scene. But the umbrella could have simply been blown there by the wind.
Objection!
According to the testimony, the victim fell on top of the umbrella. There's simply no way it could have blown there by the wind.
I know this matter of the umbrella seems relatively trivial, but as long as the smallest doubt remains, I cannot render final judgment. No! I must say, I still find it hard to believe that a huge hole has been blown in the prosecution's case by the defendant's testimony. Phoenix's testimony, the victim fell on top of his umbrella. There was a loud sound when this happened. Well done, Mia. Mr. Payne, what are you chuckling about? Pardon me, Your Honor. It seems I was expecting too much of a free ride. It was foolish to think I could establish guilt through a cross-examination alone. I'm afraid I don't follow what you're saying.
Let me guess. You have another witness.
Exactly. And this witness's testimony will be incontrovertible. Well, who is this witness? Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. Dahlia Hawthorne? You don't mean Dolly? I do, Your Honor. The defendant's very own lover is a witness to the whole thing. That's right. She was at the scene of the crime when the murder took place. What? I'm sorry to break the bad news to you, my dear.
Bad news. You couldn't be more wrong.
Oh my god, like a fucking badass. That fucking poosh, that hair swish. Slay, queen.
Actually, I've been waiting for this.
You can't be serious. Mia, what do you mean by that? I know, I love that sprite too.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is a good point for us to stop at. Court will now enter a 20-minute recess. Afterwards, we will listen to the testimony of Miss Dahlia Hawthorne.
Miss Faye, I'm sorry about what happened there.
It's all right. At least you told the truth in the end, Mr. Wright.
Yeah. So I guess I can start to relax then, huh?
Relax, my boy. You can't be serious. After hiding such important facts.
But the next witness is my dolly, right? She'll save me. I just know she will.
Why do you think that?
Huh? What do you mean? She's the love of my life, that's why.
Oh, you poor, sweet, dumb fucking Phoenix Wright. I'm sitting here silently laughing to myself, I'm sorry. Miles somewhere getting the sudden urge to break a vase. That's gonna be Miles quite a bit in this game, actually. Oh, man. Yeah, Nick, there's a binder that's equally as pink as that sweater that you're wearing. That has facts full of somebody else that is not your dolly. His little nose twitch like a rabbit. Oh no, the silk. Chat's been working on something silk, and they have been wanting to burn it for the last few days. They've even been asking if it's okay to burn it. Which, no, it's not.
The love of your life, huh? Would you mind telling me more about you and Miss Dahlia Hawthorne?
Sure, no problem. Dolly and we met 8 months ago, right here in this very courthouse. Actually, I'm studying to be a lawyer on the side. Anyway. One day, she and I just bumped into each other in the reading room downstairs. That's why I really think it was fate that brought us together. As soon as I first set eyes on her, I knew she was the one for me.
Miles somewhere actually breaking a vase. And not knowing why.
Oh, here! Take a look at this.
Huh?
She gave me this the day that we met, as a symbol of our love. She had been wearing it around her neck that day, but then she took it off. Before she gave it to me, she said, "I want you to carry this."
So she gave it to you as a present. I see.
The darling little bottle is filled with the memories of my darling little Dolly.
It's certainly a little bottle, all right.
It makes me so happy, I show it to everyone I meet. I want to share my happiness with the whole world.
Dahlia's present. A small bottle given to Wright the day they met. He shows it to everyone.
Anyways. So after that, you and Miss Hawthorne started dating. Yeah, but she's so shy. Every time I see her, she always says the same thing to me. Please give it back now.
What a strange girl, asking for a present back like that. Nick, that's Red Flag City. Bro.
By the way, Mr. Wright, the day you first met Dahlia Hawthorne 8 months ago, it wouldn't have happened to have been August 27th, would it? Huh? Yeah, it was. But how did you... This happened on August 27th, right in this courthouse. What's this? A newspaper clipping? Let's see. Murder in the courthouse? Murder?
Oh, poor Nick getting flashbacks to like when his parents told him that Mr. Edgeworth died and that Miles had to go away. Because that was probably in the papers too.
Yeah.
That Gregory was killed in the courthouse.
Oh, yeah.
What are you reading there? Let me see that. Oh, I see. Mia, I think I understand what you're trying to say. And I think I understand why you suddenly took a keen interest in this case. You believe there's some connection between these two cases. Am I correct? An article from 8/28, almost 8 months ago.
I hope you don't mind, Mr. Grossberg. I need to finish this myself.
Ah, yes, but I'm afraid what you have will not be enough, my dear. I'll go and have a look at the downstairs reading room and see what else I can find.
Thank you.
I want to do whatever I can to be of help to you, Mia. Well, it looks like recess is about over. We'd all better get moving.
I guess so. That recess sure seemed longer than 20 minutes, though.
Do we want to take a break here because it's already saving?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's just take a short break.
Yep. Okay, so hang on, let me save.
Shave.
Okay, so this has been the end of part 1. Not the end of the stream, just the end of the YouTube video. Sorry, YouTube. Part 1 of Trials and Tribulations. I'm so excited. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you next time to meet the mysterious Dahlia Hawthorne. This has been Danny.
And Katie.
And you guys have a good one and take it easy.